Officer, what happened?
She sounds almost disappointed with you, reprimanding you for falling and hurting your knee.
Is this from the shooting in town?
There was an exchange of fire on Rue de Saint-Guylaine. It's nothing to be worried.
That's nothing to brag.
It's not serious. He'll be okay.
So you're a killer? That's good, I guess. Hi. Of course. Can I help you with something? That won't be a problem. It's wind still and the tar just dried. We've got 2 days of relative sunshine ahead. If you promise to bring it back, and no scraping the hull.
Of course, ma'am. It's only...
Aye.
The crow's feet disappear from the corners of her...
I'm sad to...
That's cool. You boast in your bacterial... Hasn't been there herself. Who has then?
My husband used to drink there. Him and his drinking buddies. The kids sometimes go there too. I know they do, on rafts. I tell them not to, but the twins... God forbid they bring the girl along on some rickety barge.
Can we maybe ask your twins about that place?
Be my guest. They've a strange... Well, most of it's sunken. Underwater. That means concrete underwater. Cut your boat if you're not careful. Be sure to enter from the south side.
Aye, aye, Captain.
Please be conservative with the fuel, will you? Just filled her up, but it's a...
You think... What if I told you it is actually possible to go on a date sober? Before recorded history, men and women were able to do simple...
I have, and I don't really. Just a walk? I don't know, officer. I would not have taken you for an innocent perambulator. Where would this walk take us, officer?
Officer, I thought we had a walk of our own in mind. One...
Oh no. You come with us. Seriously, I insist. You need to understand that nothing is going to happen.
Having the lieutenant along is a fail-safe measure against any possible funny business.
Let's call it a walk. I'll join.
I do, yes. Stroll on the beach sounds nice, doesn't it?
She doesn't wait for an answer. You better get ready. Was that acceptance?
Our tenant, please.
The scruffy-haired little boy kicks a stone while the other watches him do it.
And that I am. That's, nothing. It's just a seafood and some plants. And we make a fire. We make a... Gather the sticks for the fire. And bullets.
Bullet shells. There are a lot of them left over from the war, but this could be important.
I don't know what these are. They're nice. The fire guy comes and asks us to... No. Yes.
Let's go with yes.
Because he asks to put the fire out. I don't know. Yes.
A suspicious request.
I don't know.
Did you mean there are electrical?
Yes. No, he doesn't live there. No, he lives there. Been there twice, 2 times. He doesn't live there. He isn't there sometimes.
Anything else?
I don't know. We ran. Our father didn't say that. He didn't. I don't know. Doesn't even have anything to do with this, you.
The two things are unconnected. Your question didn't make sense.
There's
Lights, fire guy. We should check up on that.
An old door, worn by elements, guards the depth. The woman gazes steadily at the waves. A sudden gust picks up her.
Aye, so here you are. I'm a bit surprised we're alone. It's mid-noon and the sun is out. I expected more drunks and teenagers. Know that you're not the first guy to bring a girl to Land's End. This is what the locals call a make-out spot. That is not going to happen here today. I just want to make that clear, Dimple.
Her thoughts are still elsewhere, with distances across the water. Across the rusty water, that's La Delta, the financial district. In the mist-covered distance, towers rise as a rebuke to the poverty of this coast.
Drinking, aye, so an officer should be. All that running around must need a lot of structuring.
Her laughter is throaty and as she turns to face the sun reflected in the wave. You should say something. Anything. Maybe the tequila sunset thing.
It's a common Revacholian expression. Means, so, are you going to keep the name? Well then, Harry.
The sun reflected in the waves and the skyscrapers rising across the bay is mesmerizing. Your mind clears for a moment as your sense...
Isn't it strange for this all-powerful thing, the sun, to be so generous towards us? You know, the
sun also falls on the Capeside tenements and war-torn ruins. And the sun does little for the dead. And those, or people living in desert climates with sparse vegetation and little drinking water.
Oh, that was a bit of pride and a bit of... Now you're just nitpicking.
There's salt in the air and the cries of the gulls in the skewer.
It's bringing us spring, summer. It's entirely on our side, no matter what we do or who we are, for absolutely no reason. It's unlike no other powerful being, certainly no powerful organization, or I guess we wouldn't really be here.
You would be incinerated. Maybe some general remarks before you say something big. Work your way up to the cool.
Thank you. I'm half Ubi. My mother was from Ubi Sunt.
The wind ruffles her hair as she looks.
It's enough that my fish goes there.
Out on the terrace of La Fruit.
These aren't real fish hooks, silly.
She's right. They're made mostly of plastic. The lieutenant makes a show of glancing at his watch and tapping his foot.
Good one.
She thinks it was a riddle. She must not even know of that business. Better that way. Say what? Something interesting? Impossible. She turns her head, and the plastic fishhooks rattle in her ears. Nothing shearworthy takes.
Thank you. Out there on the wind's gonna pick up soon, and I have this. The sun's good, but it doesn't stick things. I've no use for it anymore. No.
The lieutenant looks at the sword. Do not bring it into a gunfight, he thinks. Please understand, it's merely ceremonial.
Doubt it. But thank you for the
This is as far as it goes with her.
Farewell. Be careful out there.
A skiff. The boat's belly is a shiny yellow color. Industrial. Once you get in, that's it. One pull of the... Have you made all the necessary preparations? Remember what the net picker said. It's a small tank. You won't be going back and forth on this.
What? Fine, why not?
Very cool. Now tune it to SAD FM.
Want to be free. Want to be free. It will last forever. Eternally.
The boat comes to a slow stop. The lieutenant turns the engine off. Then there's silence. In the silence, a sputter of wings. A flock of quails takes... There is very little wind here today. The ghost is standing still. Let's go.
Yes?
The dry grass crackles under your feet as you stop. Far away, birds wing. The flock of quail departs. Now, on the islet, there is almost no wind. The great ghost of the air is holding its breath.
Yes?
This is where a lesser man would stop to think about the pain shooting up his right leg and into his groin.
It is. Is that why we are stopping?
The lieutenant nods in silence. An old cylindrical generator is nested above the ammo lift. With makeshift, the lieutenant puts his hand on...
It's cold now, but someone has been maintaining it. The wiring has been repaired.
The lieutenant assists you, holding the canister up to the fuel tank as you tilt. Dark brown, viscous fluid pours out, and the room fills with a There's a red starter switch on the side of the cylinder and a start rope on the other side. The recoil start wakes the old generator up. The machine sputters like an old...
That should do it. Downstairs, somewhere?
The tank is full. Books and at most are soft covers, serialized fantastique and detective stories from among what is mostly commercial fiction and serialized stories. You find?
Someone's made themselves a home.
Oh yes, under the bed, there is a rather extensive collection of critical theory, that is, dour, life non-affirming left-wing literature, published by small imprints such as Abattoir Firm and Ouzia. It's not exactly like reading.
Ouzia. I agree. Humanitarian sciences.
Wasn't there some in the communist students' room?
Well, yes.
The little books seem inconsequential next to the big pile of frivolous entertainment covering them.
Whoever has lived here, they have some education and a certain set of interests. Whoever has lived here, they have
Soft covers. There's a greasy old spring mattress in the corner.
Someone has been squatting here. The linen is fresh.
You force the rest of the sentence out through...
You know, officer, you can rest here if you are feeling tired. I will keep watch. You could use some rest for what's ahead. Yes, anytime.
You don't have... You see a small metal door nested inside a...
Another part of the island, probably. Maybe this is one of the doors we don't open?
He's right. It would be better to open its big brother. A powerful engine hangs under the...
I think there's a console just southeast. Let's look around.
Green paint flecks off the monoblock aluminium cabinet. There are rows of switches on the front panel. The keys rattle like teeth.
The console of an antique computation device. The generator upstairs, with wires coming out. I think, yes. Let's see. That...
The lighting in the room turns on with the dial slides under the blast door opens with a series of clicks. A shaft of light appears, then widens as the light shines in. A sudden wave of anger.
After you. I don't know.
A thin wisp of...
Don't be. I have a gun. I know. It was not easy. Yes?
A strange feeling, looking at the water. With a bottle in your hand. In the rain mirror of the bay, you see Martin islets and posts. There's a rain-soaked mattress on a concrete slab, only half covered by the crumbling roof. At the head of it,
This looks like a good place to aim from.
a single-person mattress, modern, civilian, and an empty can of beans on the ground next to it. Filled to the silhouette of a tobacco picker adorns the paper filter. The brand, Tio Moteri.
Could be a coincidence. Or the same person has I didn't see any signs of smoking inside though. If people live there, they keep it tidy. This here may also be a smoking spot.
There's a firing slit in the wall in front of you, like a little window. The springs screech as you lean on the mattress. Trepidation. A small piece of Martinez coastline opens up in the square in front of you, like a tiny landscape painting. 1 kilometer across the water. A towering skyscraper, its top floors shaved off by artillery fire. The red chimney and collapsed back of the 4-story tenement in front of the whirling in rags. The box-shaped silhouette of the whirling in rags. Its sloped roof, a tiny fleck of light catches your eye on the rooftop.
What does that mean? Do you have line of sight?
More than that.
I can see it. Through the scope of a rifle. The shooter would be prone, lying on the mattress.
Cheek against a cheek rest, hand on the hair trigger, on a calm day like this.
Good. I think we have it, Detective. The origin of the shot. This is the sniper's nest. Why? We don't go everywhere in the 1,000-meter radius of the crime scene.
He looks north, over the Then again, he's conflicted for a second. There's guilt there.
Where? You think so? We would but this island, on the other hand, or she. We should move.
An old man, wearing tracksuit trousers, leans on the frame stock of his right, then spits it out into the extinguished fire, unclouded by cataracts. He's practically tearing up from spite. Hatred got the best of him a long time ago.
The what now? I can't hear. I may have. All sorts of fire guy. Regressive bourgeoisie henchman. Can't even talk. My eyesight.
A shudder of disgust passed.
I did. And you opened it. I should have burned that reactionary rock and roll.
Told you we shouldn't play sad FM.
Sad FM, huh? I always hated that station. The fascists were right about rock and roll. It's not nice. It's a piece of shit. It's a triangle.
A Samaran rifle.
It was sent to us by our brothers in the...
It has stayed true to him. He can still...
You heard me. It's good now. Like chalk, white from the ball.
The lieutenant pulls his pistol.
You are a glorified night watchman. This is a service rifle. I can only lay it down before an enemy commander of corresponding rank.
No. Put it down.
Or you're gonna blow my brains out before you question. It's out of bullets.
Like an amputated limb in the sand. His gaze follows your motions. The rifle's in a shabby state. Like a crutch that's seen on the butt, you see Vespertine writing, burned into the wood. Triangon, 4.46mm.
No one said it has to be a Belmagrave.
From ballistics, it could easily have been.
It doesn't matter if it was made in Shanty. The right type and the right caliber.
He's liking this. The old man keeps following your motion. With this looked very much like the murder weapon. It could be used against him to get a confession. No reply. Strangely, like a puppet on a string. You went in too fast. You need to contextualize.
My name is Josef Lilianovich Dross. Political commissar of the one. I am a deserter, a partisan, and a prisoner of war.
The commune of Revachol? Do you mean the ICM? You're a holdover from the...
From the Insular Indian Citizens Militia, the army of the revolution. I left my unit on the eve of the landing. When I returned here on May 14th, the commune had fallen. 43 years. No. I was an resurrection until they turned it into a spa in 18. Then I was an E-48, a nameless sound, until the sea washed over it. Then I came back here. That was, how does anyone survive?
Now hold on there.
Supplies, vegetables, I collect rainwater. It's the life of a dog, not a human.
How is your health?
I've been throwing up blood since winter.
The RCM can provide medical service.
I need to die. You don't have medical facilities. You have guns.
You also have druamine.
I have been running out of that stuff.
There's no way he could manage the pain without them. It's safe to say he is addicted to painkillers by now.
It's the little joys. The dark. There's nothing to look over. The triage is in, and it's black. Administer morphine. Moribund. I haven't. I have holes in my... I don't even know what. Inferno? At least you know it. The traders of this city turn the light. It's disgusting.
Are they not heartbroken? How...
43 years and 10 months. It's inhuman. It's sick. It's not...
What have you been doing?
Hiding. fishing.
Where the afternoon grows late, on Rue de Saint-Ghislain, people walk home. Street lights will soon be lit. First, 2 police officers step out of the Whirling in Rags cafeteria. Satellite officer Jean-Vic Mayer, patrol officer Judith Minot, points west. The fishing village. She glances at her watch. The officers go, leaving behind the writing, still smolder.
Always waiting. For her.
Her who?
Girl child. Revolution. Always. No. This is a vulgar criticism. The historic opportunity for a revolution has passed. It will not come back anymore. However...
What has he done? Perhaps a confession will lighten the load.
Yes, what? To get things...
There is no flame to fan. There is nothing left of the world. I was just 16 years old. 15 when I volunteered. You could say I misunderstood the historic role of a second for reaction to take hold. May the 13th, 08, 44 years ago. The horizon of the combined might of international capital, all huddled on the floor. The artillery was 80 kilometers away in Ozon, but I knew the commune would fall. We would all be turned into ash. So
A terrible shame, still within him. The lobes of his ears are red with it. The shame and smallness of what he became.
No. I climbed the chain link across the water and hid inland. In the bunkers there, like the weakest airships. I climbed out into hell. The landing was complete. They'd all drowned in the lower levels, or got torn to shreds above. The anti-aircraft gun had malfunctioned. So had I. I left them without ideological direction. It was
Some kind of great terror. Worse than you've ever seen. The old man does not say more. Those black eyes of his.
It's not an island, what? It's a defensive fortification of the commune of Revachol. And the congenitally deformed King Philip II. Coalition military called it Operation Deathblow. Deathblow? You're one of them? Tell me, who speaks like that? We had 50 million people on You don't know.
He nods.
It was...
There were posts.
We communards still hoped. And they needed to snuff that hope out. And others too. Some cordons of rev at night. I used a dinghy. I only went after dark.
In the city, you moved
From bunker to bunker. Not anymore. No one cares now. I don't even have to hide. They think I'm another antisocial vagrant. I could walk straight. So you finally found it. There must have been a small squadron's worth of arms in there. Well, I know.
So you've been...
Sleeping. Some nights. Ammo scrounging on others. Those McGraves were shit. Even I do. They're good. Plenty of tar. I like that boy on the pack, too. Reminds me of the propaganda bunker.
Propaganda.
They stored leaflets there. Brooke, a lot of our boys did. I don't want to. They're all...
He does not want to see life move. The old man looks across the wall.
You're with the RCM. The coalition-appointed mob that enforces bourgeois morals in Revachol. You're the RCM. You take me to them as a prisoner of war. I have relinquished my weapon.
A spray of blood from his mouth on the black charcoal in the fire pit.
No, I am not a soldier. Trained in historical material.
He nods slowly. Then another.
You're inert lump.
Detective, we have not come here to discuss ideology. We have come to ask questions.
The old man spits into the fire pit. The expression on his face is unreadable.
There's nothing serious in this world. What have I used it for?
Here we go. A trail of blood.
Killing
It's a gun. That's what they're for. I've used...
Interesting. During...
There is no after the war.
Go in straight. No euphemisms. No. Be careful now. Slow and steady does. Don't mess this up. Remember, he wants to tell you. Get personal.
I don't want to tell.
And why did you think that was a good idea? Don't listen to me. I'm wrong.
What did I just say?
What did I just tell you? Nothing comes to you. And in them, a chill, like electricity running up your spine.
Detective.
The who now?
He heard you. He just wants to hear you say it. You're in.
Oh yes, that one.
Did you kill him?
I am a son of a welder and an officer of the commune of Revachol. I do not collaborate with murderers and pederasts of the liberal regime.
A drop of blood. Tear into him. Pile it on him. The gun. The scent of blood in the air. But
I saw you poking around there, looking for evidence. You damn diligent.
You had direct visibility. There are embrasures in the concrete, specifically meant for a top fella to use. You've been here a long time, Mr. Dross. Too long.
I'm ready to die. I've done my part. Because it's a sniper's nest, you stupid fuck.
almost. He almost burst out there. Keep piling arguments. Anything.
Not a lot of guns around that use...
It's a real gun. Not like your little musketeer pistols. You look like imbeciles. Why don't you ask them to give you...
Damn, he saw you. He's watched it happen.
You know what? You're right. I'm convinced this made the shot. Should we call it? .46 jacketed ammunition. Good. This feels good, doesn't it? Tearing things up like this, when you have the murder.
Murder.
This pushed him, but not enough. Just a little more. Wait, here it comes. The goddamn Maybells. The dried Maybells on Clausia's. There were Maybells in the grass when you got here. They're nowhere else. Nowhere in all... Wait, don't forget the footprints. The diagonal prints in the dust in the secret space behind Clausia's bedroom. Now, they're gonna come up. You got it. Remember? The boot prints were like no modern soul.
Damn Maybells.
He seems tender suddenly.
So many this year, too. The spring is coming. No, Clausia. With the victim.
There is a small tremble. Looks like a smile. A crooked smile. Yet isn't quite voluntary. He's about to burst. Don't leave any loose ends. Get him on everything.
Everything is brands with you individualists.
Show me the soul split.
Fucking imbecile.
The maker is Sensorique.
The size fits, but not the soul.
Sire, he doesn't have to be wearing them right now.
Racking those brains, are you? Desperate to report something back to your mother?
The lieutenant gives you a quick sideways. The prints were his. You can see it in those eyes. He can't keep them from flickering. The old man stares at his own prints in the ash around the fire. Silent suddenly, some strange process within him.
You know who he was. A coalition-trained murderer. Armored and armed. He wasn't human. The blunt end of a hammer. Beating us to the ground. Moaning with joy. You hounds get so thorough when a company-trained killer dies. I got your attention. Now you stop eating druggies and prostitutes in your basement. Now you come to investigate. Oh, the inhumanity. One paramilitary less in Revachol.
The lieutenant raises his... Hush. He does not need to be pushed. While the lieutenant listens, holding his breath.
I had them in my sights. Both of them. Him and the whore. I was breathing with them. In phase. And I didn't think I had a shot like that in me anymore. I did. I saw him kneel there with it. Nothing. I went to sleep. Next morning there were Maybells everywhere. The world was white. And so they...
Mr. Dross, are you aware you're confessing to murder?
Yes.
And you were looking at them, the victim and a young woman, having sex? Through the scope of your rifle?
The old...
Why?
Because that's what they were doing.
The motive. This is where you can coax it out of him. The lieutenant's prepared...
I don't understand. Do you, detective?
I'm always looking.
Are you always looking through the scope of a rifle?
A rifle scope
helps him see...
And if you don't like...
Click.
Then you pull the trigger.
Yes. Think of it as a...
Start with when he first saw him. It will give him a chance to ramble.
3 weeks ago, when the rich hag came in on her galley. Wrinkled up whore. They moved into a deserted apartment above the roundabout. Radio equipment out for all... I've seen their kind during the landing. Those Occidental and Mest phalanx weren't barely alive. They like to kill while they're on their drugs. After the landing, I could see they've returned now to show their real face. The face they don't dare show their bourgeois voters back on Mundi with their families and polyester clothes. Them fucking. I didn't like that. Jealousy is a reactionary concept. I didn't like the Reaver enjoying himself, and I wanted to see his head explode. That too. She should know better than to hold a child murderer between her thighs. I knew he'd be there for one more. That's all it takes for the bullet to reach his head. Now that I think of it, I wasn't aiming for his mouth.
He wants to see her covered in blood, to punish her.
She practically breastfed that man. You wouldn't believe the things she let...
While he stands here and rots. The old man raises his gaze, a bitter taste on his tongue.
Since she came to Martinez, I saw her sneaking in the reeds early in the morning, behind the fell.
Past the fell building on the coast?
Hiding something in the water. She had a fag after she'd done it.
And beautiful.
That.
How could you see what she looked like?
The sun came up. Her hair was like cobwebs. She smoked morph. Her passport and tickets to Villiers. And from there to Cachet.
Did you keep what was in it? When we found the submersible, it was empty.
No. Why would I do that? I didn't need tickets to Villiers. I put them back. If I wanted to extort someone, why would I need that trash?
There it is again. The strange neurological state he's sometimes in.
I did. She had a face like an archipelago. I could see who she was, too. A spook. On the run.
You could tell she was a spook?
She had different color hair on the photo. And glasses. Forged. Some sordid bourgeois affair. I've heard about this kind of... I'm not blind, am I?
It quickly comes to you.
Oh, yes. Cutting the...
Everything in him fills with impossible longing, all at once.
Did you make that?
With a clip.
Good for listening in, too. For hearing the moaning and the snorts.
Like that, too. Yes. Bending like a bow against the glass. I've been through all of Martinet. Yes, that too. The things they did in that little room. What she'd do to feel good. Funny, the way light. You turn it on inside, and it gets so dark out, you can't see a man looking in. I learned that in the 20s, when they were still hunting me.
You hear the familiar scribble of the one more loose end down.
How did you get in there? The hidden pinball workshop.
I can just walk in there now after a good wash. I told you, they think I'm...
You had to open the steel door in the...
I got that open a long time ago. Some bourgeois game merchant lived there. I don't know, 15 years ago. He left spare...
Andy found use for it. A spare key, like the one hanging behind the...
There's nothing to...
The coals of his eyes glisten suddenly.
Man needs to feel something else. Yes. Over the years. No. I don't really know. I was there one night and she was... The day after I killed him. Yes. I don't know why I do the things I do anymore.
Neither does he. He lowers in the silence. The lieutenant, one more down.
Her.
The lieutenant nods at you. In, that's it.
Where is she, that Classier? I haven't seen her there for days. Gone. I knew it. She'd look, at night, crying or smoking on the roof, staring right into me.
Midtown, across the Bay of Revachol, snow falls on 40-story towers. Above them, Lausanne Central Aerodrome, a cocoon suspended in the snowy sky by a web of suspension. On the platform, a young woman is withdrawing from amphetamine, smaller, distant, hidden, not like the great chandelier she sees sparkle in the night below. There, on a dilapidated jetty, in a nameless village, 2 police officers and 1 special consultant look across a narrow strip. He's there, doing what exactly, I don't know. Satellite Special Consultant Heidelstam is optimistic. We'll see the boat when he comes. Let's go get a coffee until then. I know this interesting little... As the men go, Patrol Officer Minnow looks back over her shoulder at the crumbling... Good luck, Harry, she thinks.
We could get more. We've got him talking.
You could get more out of him. Enough. Take him in. Bend his arms behind his back and end this. What strikes you about this gaunt man is not the stomach pain, or the cough, or the manly... Indeed, he speaks fluidly. His movements are rapid, if erratic. His voice, it's a mystery. This animation comes at a cost too. Erratic hand gestures, great leaps of emotion, from anger to grief. You've seen demented people before. This feels similar. Is it some kind of substance damage? Like he's addicted to something? Not only the painkillers he's clearly on.
No.
You said you take painkillers.
I take them to cope with pain.
It's not a downer, rather an upper, perhaps, but his seems more than that. The inner turmoil takes unexpected. In summary,
Like some kind of decadent. No, I'm not okay. I shit blood, and I'm surrounded by insane...
there it is again. Erratic hand motions, bouts of rage. Could it be a symptom of overdosing on something? Something even you have not tried? Keep your eyes peeled.
A tragic comedy.
A strange little engine seems to fire up in the game. It detests, pushes the cobwebs out of his eyes. Pushes the melancholy.
Specifically, the whole city is a charnel house. Stripped clean because of the racists. Everyone is a racist in Martinez. Pump full of steroids and Radio Revachol 92. Yes, the fly larva in his container. He let some nihilistic advertising yuppies erect a statue of Philippe III. Not since the serfs of ancient Pericarnassus has history produced a more inert social class than the Martinez. Intense, like animals, like those boom-boom morons on the ice. A pity they didn't. The worst of them is the blood-drenched Sucrion on her yacht, licking her lips. The old horse. The worst is that old cock parading around in his uniform, throwing balls all day. It's every morning he's there, while the parasites he fought to protect are off in... That's all the rich really want. Sex with their own children. Throughout history, even the royal bloodline of the suzerain, it's all just an excuse for them. We did good when we pushed him under the horse car, until, in the 30s, those disco whores.
The disco whores are too much.
Whores. Another hideous disappointment. Unions are the real enemy. The true enemy of the proletariat. That deformed toad? I wouldn't expect him to wipe his own ass. That mobster toad couldn't run a shithouse. He has no political education.
He's been sweet-talked by this Edgar. They must have met in person for such animosity to have developed.
You can't live alone.
The Clares wouldn't miss a man hidden in their own backyard. Not all this time.
Of course. Maybe don't go straight for the kill. Exhaust everything else first.
I haven't approached anyone. I hid. It was Edgar who came.
How did he know you?
He didn't just stumble in like an oaf. He figured it out. Some kids told him about a monster on the island. Stepped right off the boat and walked down where you came. I even kept the door open for him. I was right about one of those things. 20 years ago. Neither of them could walk now. Edgar did the talking. Paid his respects like I were a fossil in a uniform. Offered never trust a social democrat who quotes Mars. Let me be here. The ZOC is an unlawful successor of the Commune of Revachol. We took this fortification from the Loyalists. Even the Clares understand this. You know why I killed that fucker, Duat. As to Edgar...
Again? What have you done for...
Tried teaching him some Marzovian socioeconomics. They didn't stick. Every royalist ghouls played like it was life itself. Click, clack. I remember him. I remember him from La Noce. Not him, personally. That one.
There doesn't seem to be a single person under the pine today. Not even Gaston.
Fat and plump. Like a pheasant.
He whispers with such predatory hunger. It borders on longing.
Not yet. I like to look at him strut around, place the crosshair on his medals, right on his face, and just fiddle the trigger. Think about it.
Save the treat for later?
He is a juicy bonbon, that one. A real treat for the black day. The blackest. When I put that gun in my own mouth, I think, no, don't waste it. Better. I even hid one bullet, so I'd always have one for him. Haven't seen...
Hearing it may destabilize him. You sure you've gotten everything from him?
No. I waited too long. I waited too long, and now he...
I'm sorry, Mr. Dross. I understand you knew him for...
They're all dead now. Fuck it. You think I haven't seen people die? It's all...
He's not okay. This is just another black day in a row of black days. Something strange is keeping him together, making him endure. The connection comes to you like a splash of cold water. Dark, cold water.
Hey.
He acknowledges it. Here we go.
That bourgeois cow. Tiffin Holly was her name. Licked the rich man's hand every time he came to town. Never seen a labor leader so hot on mutual corporate and money. She liked that too. That Holly was a real bridge builder and a deal maker.
Bordering on sentimentality, it drips out of him, tempered by something familiar to you. A familiar rage.
Called in, they say, on the eve of battle.
No, that's...
Did she? They say her daughter called in, not her personally. But that wasn't really her.
No, I guess it was not. She couldn't make the call.
Here it is. The bend.
Because she was dead. Because the cow caught a bullet in her right lung. Fell into the canal, grasping her. She was going home, waddling, dressed in yellow, drunk like she often was. The ruins are black around, heading home to Grand Couronne or Betancourt, someplace like that, where they build those new bâtiments for the people who... It was someone, or maybe she just fell. I get these violent...
Another big spike of rage.
Nothing changed. Not in the material base, not in the hegemony.
Edgar didn't keep his part. If you were to testify to this, give the RCM something on Edgar, you could walk. We would strike everything you've done and process you as a POW. You were in a war. You were on assignment.
A degenerate worker state. Goat shit. No, thank you. I'm Revacholian. I saw it happen, and I liked it. That's all I have. Everyone is a blobber in this world. Everyone betrays everyone. They're all already locked up for betrayal. The best ones, the ones with heart, were slow.
The same old... There is plenty here to work with once he's in custody. And the lieutenant knows it. He gives you a little nod.
Glad we talked about what?
His lip curls.
Glad we talked about what? What? But you said I would be taken to the...
This terror is the sum of all the The wind picks up. The silence on the water is broken.
Your wayfarer rights have been suspended. Information provided to the officers on the scene will be used against you by the prosecution. You will be given legal counsel within 1 week and must... Do you understand?
But... No, I don't want to. I have to stay here.
He's sweating. Pupils are dilated.
Your confirmation is not required, sir. Now on to the boat.
There it is again. To your north, as it has been since you came to the coast. The reeds whisper something completely different. It sounds like a bow, very slowly
Maybe there is room for 3 on the boat. What?
What are you talking about?
Your skin crawls. A delicate tangle of arms and legs unfolds from the reeds, limb by limb, to then just stand there, moving its scythe-like arms in ghostly silence. It's still there.
What are you talking about? There's nothing there.
The stick insect is over 3 meters tall. It looks straight at you. With its tiny, you feel your legs shaking under you, and your gun hand move to your holster to grab the gun.
Tell me what you see, damn it. I can't make out one small...
I can see it.
4 simple words, thank God. If he can... But that means it's really there, spinning slowly, in absolute...
Be very, very careful.
The creature stands on long stilt-like legs, antennae hanging from his head like a woman's hair. The segmented antennae move with apprehension, searching for something that reed-like tufts stick out of its joints. As the insect moves its forearms, it produces a faint hiss. Like, the hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else, in a lower pitch. You barely get to take one step. The invertebrate reacts with uncanny speed. The creature stands on long... The segment read like the hiss is different from the strings you heard before. It says something else. The creature tilts its tiny head.
It is.
You glance over your shoulder.
We need a photo. No one will believe us.
From the corner of your eye, you see a sudden cascade of motion ripple through. I am not palatable. Do not eat me. I am afraid. With the sound of metal sliding against metal, the lieutenant reveals the lens. You see the phasmid turn to him. Its mandible...
The ampoule will produce a loud hiss. You're right. It could scare it away. I need a better moment.
I'll wait. I'm on standby. The spindly mechanism turns its... Be afraid. You smell wrong. Slowly, with your breath held, you take 2 small steps toward the... Like laughter, a sort of hissing and clicking, it extends its mandible-like antennae to greet you. You're right below it now, looking up at the colossal chitin of its white limbs. The head of the creature is crowned by reeds, and its eyes are like small droplets of water. No reply. A total... You were right. The faintest smell, like you've never felt before. Like burnt rose.
Careful. It may be poison.
The foam slowly turns a darker shade, like letting out that same smell. Apricot blossoms, white blossoms erupting. A sensation like cold.
Yes, I do not have a starter display, so I use a neurodegenerative element to aid in camouflage. Do not worry, tell me what it's like for you. Then I will tell you what it's like for me. Fire? Wait, I do not have fire inside me. In me, there is now. I will tell you what it's like for me. For me, it is a series of half-lit images, a kind of darkness, being intruded upon, transient, shapes of plants and animals, and internal sensations. As I am at the end of a narrow funnel, weightless, so light, it only feels like something to be me. Are you sure? Sometimes, when molting, I regrow a lost limb. One time something went wrong, and a small leg replaced a missing antenna. No, the leg tried to move around independently, making... Yes. Thankfully someone ate it. The next time I molded, I couldn't... So am I. I was born to detect sucrose rewards and semiochemicals. What were you born? He's in a bad state. Deteriorating fast now. He thinks I am beneficial. Very slowly. And only because he won't go away. It is meant... No. You're awake. I am real. Light is for me. Not even the birds know that. Not even the water lily. I think we should eat it. I am an unknown species of the order Phantasmodia, endemic to the Insulindian Insula. For the last 3...
It may have unknown, dangerous biochemical character.
No one unnoticed by the first settlers and the land surveyors of the suzerain. I have stayed hidden through 4 forms of government. No, the moral of the tale too came with you. No one remembers it before you. The Nidarians do not. It is a nervous shadow cast into the world by you, eating away at reality. A great, you're a violent and irrepressible miracle. The vacuum of cosmos and the stars burning. We suspect it will be something like the oxygen holocaust that wiped out anaerobic life 2.6 billion years ago, when organisms first started breathing. Only much worse. Everything your eyes touch goes back there, behind the nose mirror. What if you blink? Are we still here? Please don't blink. What if he misplaces us all one day, or just forget? Please, do not do that again. Please be. Or one day, one of you will close.
It doesn't look like that, no. You're just staring at it. I think we should take the picture, and then you should back away from the unstudied species.
No, there is one more. Thank you. I also have one more thing to say to you before you go. That woman, turn from the ruin. Turn and go forward. Forever show. You cannot lie to me. Behind you, it smells of fires. So awfully far you were prepared to go in her presence. She was hell on earth. It doesn't take a 3-meter stick insect to tell you that.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed.
In 3. If it moves, you jump back. I'll shoot.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air like the blade of a sword. The phasmid freezes in its bright light. Head turned toward the lieutenant. The sweat on your arms feels cold as ice, as if you're frozen as well, in the shadow of this...
I got it.
For all time. The limb before you is incredibly light, like eggshell. It's much lighter than a reed. It's about to move. You can sense it. A sudden shiver passes the limb. Look, the antennae hang from a great height. The sensation is electrifying, resounding through your body. It is surprisingly delicate. The curly end of looks like someone's got hurt in a fight. This...
Be careful, detective. It's moving.
Feels like nothing. The anthropod in front of you stays frozen. It tastes like sugar, very faint, odorless. Mostly another shudder pulses through the creature's limbs. It jolts back to the insect, stops its stridulation. Suddenly, no, stop. The invertebrate, as you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And just like that, it's gone. And something under it, in the place it stood.
It's gone. Looks like a nest of some sort. Apparently, yes.
What now?
In some kind of strain.
Our suspect is not looking so good.
This pass...
Classia's hidden documents. From the MT boy.
It's Clausia, with short black hair. An old photo. Before life came and did what...
Maybe our man, Mr. Dross, took it from Classia's, or whatever her name was. Hiding place, or... Like a magpie? What a coincidence. Then it would also have collected the...
By now, the lieutenant has a...
I can see how the helmet could wash up on the island. And the scope. Maybe Mr. Dross lost it.
Would it? Maybe it was simply curious.
An octopus belongs to a very different class. It's not even an insect, it's a mollusk. But yes, she said it would be for Anouk Meyer-Smith.
Katardina Alazia was supposed to be her real name. Where Clausia comes from. Remember? God damn it.
Yes, somehow she managed to lie to us. I don't know. Perhaps it's better.
The winds are silent. Some kind...
What is it?
Something is very wrong with him now.
See?
Mr. Dra...
The man does not respond. He keeps like an addict of some terrible substance. A light shiver passes him.
He's going into some kind of psychomotor immobility.
The trembling mouth.
Between this and the broken tire he's used for a boat, I think it's safe to leave him here, while we go and get help. It will need to be medical first, I'm afraid.
He stares into the reed. No reaction. This isn't...
Did you take this passport and other papers from...
The spirit.
He hears us.
No reply. He's gone again.
Try something else? We got him back.
Nothing. Just the last embers.
If Kuno kicked it into the sea, as he said he did, the ebb would put it back here. This makes sense. Mr. Dross could have picked...
I lost.
He turns his eyes to the reeds again.
He lost the scope. Then it somehow made its way over there. This site is a T9, Mr. Dross.
Silence. You've gotten all you will. The plastic cape, flat. The blacks of his eyes are receding.
Old age and shock. Yes, the arrest and the appearance of the phasmid. The combined stress.
There's much more. Quite a few things about that health check you did on him make sense now.
You mean pheromonal? The scope, knowing of her bruises, his disposition toward Miss Orania, I see what you mean. He did seem distressed when it finally came to arresting him, like he didn't want to leave this place. I have absolutely forgotten to take notes. I hope I remember all of this. This will be one hell of a report. Thank God we have the phone. We should think about getting back to the mainland. To get help. He'll be safe here.
There's a range,
This looks like a good place to aim from.
a single, and an empty can of beans on the silhouette of a tobacco.
Noted.
There's a range.
This looks like a good place to aim.
ICN? This feels familiar somehow.
Insulindian Citizens Militia. It's the official name of...
Sounds an awful lot like.
No.
With its horns in the sky.
No.
A DeLorean heiress.
After one of these barrels, it does. The arse, it's impossible to say. It...
The skiff is
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently, but for the sound of conversation on the water, two men and a woman stand on the concrete square of a nameless village. Looking at a small yellow, you reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff.
Look what the tide brought him.
Harry, You're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Hello, I'm Trent Heilerstein.
I'm your goddamn partner, Jean Vicomar. And this is your special task force. Or special consultant.
Hi.
We've come to scrape what's left of...
Lieutenant Kim Kisuragi, Precinct 57. We've just come from the island. We might need your help with something later.
As if he recalled that he's in fact a decorated police lieutenant.
But this is clearly a departmental matter, so I'm going to leave you to discuss it among yourselves.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant Kitsuha.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't feel embarrassed over the shitstorm that's about to befall you.
We're not forgetting about anything. Look at you. But... oh, fuck it.
Ari, we want to help you.
This is the horse-faced woman. I don't know why you named her that, but it was beyond any...
I don't quite know what I'm doing here. I was asked to participate as an expert. I think I need to manage your expectations a little. I'm at best an enthusiast in cognitive science. My background is in something else entirely. I engage in neurology on a merely...
No, Trant, it's too late. You're part of this shit now.
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets.
It's okay. I didn't come here to gloat or to fool you. Neither...
That's right. Worried. I'm always worried about you. You're a worry fest. She's worried about you. I'm worried about you. Even Special Consultant Backpedal is worried about you. Guilty as charged. I heard you'd lost your mind and your memory. I wanted to see if it was true. And it was. Good work, Harry. You're insane now. There's one less person for me and everyone else to rely on. Did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face?
Judging by the familiarity you feel toward him, 2 years... He's right. Don't start guessing. Now's not a good time.
Yeah, Major Crimes Unit. He doesn't.
See? He really doesn't
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes, I'm Tran Heilestam. I never said I wasn't Tran Heilestam. What indeed? I was asked to share my take on some of the...
He's here to see if you're insane. The cafeteria manager you fucked over told us where you went.
And people on the street helped us too, with your whereabouts.
You're a legend among the drunks, Harry. A legendary look, duped. Hey, here's a brilliant idea. Don't be a morbid drunk and you won't be duped so easily.
Yes, I'm still King Kisuragi, still a lieutenant from Precinct 57.
Still caught up in this crossfire, too.
God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style. Your detective god. Fuck everything. All we burn. Detect or die.
It wasn't like...
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we? You were crying hysterically. None of us wanted to see the abyss. The bells aren't ringing because you have brain damage. Detective God. Trant, this is where...
Well, he doesn't have visible tremors, he talks without slurring, he can drive a... As displayed in the station call, our interactions with him, and I don't want to be a snitch, but also...
Interesting?
Yes, interesting. I have my theories, but I would like to hear Harry's thoughts first. Harry, what do you think happened to you? Neurologically, psychologically, and why not socioeconomically?
Corresponding to the 20-centimeter hole in your brain. Sure.
Precisely, Satellite Officer Vicmere. It's Martinez.
Crabman is an unfortunate choice of words, but I was there. The church on the coast shook from it. Either way, I have put this into my report. You should read it. I do not, however...
Thank you, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. Just to clarify, I do not think it... What has not been proven is total memory loss.
But Detective Vicmere, he has blanked out... Yes, a couple of times. After some of the more...
Interesting. So at first he dipped his toes into it.
What do you mean?
Well, here's my theory. What if this is an absolutely normal reaction to the world we're living in? Look at the ruins, the neon, listen to the radio, the multitudes, the people. Hardwired to the free market.
Okay, Trent, thank you. That's absolutely meaningless. I'm glad we brought you.
He's not a cretin, and he is able to do work. If not in his previous leadership role, then as a line detective.
No, Harry. Fuck you. You already fucked us. I've already explained this shit to Price twice. To Berdyayeva 4 times. I'm your partner. I answer for you when you're not.
When you clocked out, I became responsible for your cases. They can keep that pension. You're rock solid.
Now nothing. Now we're just going to stand here. Yeah. Just no. Now we discuss that. What the fuck did you do to a motor carriage? Why is it there, Harry? Ha ha ha. Ho ho ho. Tequila Sunset. Thank you for destroying 45,000 real of police property that's coming out of my base. It doesn't matter. Your badge, Harry. Show me your badge.
In a rush to demonstrate your badge, your eager fingers can't sustain a grip on the smooth plastic. Not today, badge.
And your gun? He has it. And he didn't drop it. You're drunk like a bum, Harry. Put that thing away before you kill someone. So you forgot to drink?
He's wounded. It's been a long week, and he's handled an actual corpse.
What you've discovered? You let the suspect escape.
We've read the report, Sari. Lieutenant Kitsuhagi's. We know.
Oh well, if she was nice. Or the fact that you're Everclear's little peony now, doing I don't know what for him. Compared to the 8 people who were gunned down. The streets are literally red with blood, Harry. It was fucking mad.
He did everything he could. We did everything we could. The company hired and vetted mercenaries.
Here comes the cap.
He did so at considerable risk to his own life. He was shot, not once, but twice. We stopped an execution, not a negotiation. The loss of life was minimal compared to what it could have been. Wait. It's better if I...
Thank you for the input, Lieutenant Kitsuragi. I didn't mean to suggest you didn't handle the situation.
He thinks of apologizing.
You've spent the week with him. On Lieutenant Eufred.
Well, the drinking, the lost gun, also losing his badge. That's all true.
The man's son.
Then there's the superstardom. He likes to, from time to time, allude to being a superstar law official. At first I thought it was a joke, but now I'm not so sure. It's worrying, especially in light of his political views. Detective Dubois is, as you may know, a fascist, a far-right woman-hater, and other still. He is also a Mazovian socio-economist who believes in liquidating the ruling class. How he reconciles these 2 points of view, I do not know, but he is vocal on both of them. And then there's the motor carriage in the sea, and the drugs, of course. Amphetamine, mostly. He can talk human beings into telling him everything, and he doesn't stop. In all the time I've spent with him, well, except that one time when he stopped to sing karaoke, which, by the way, I have to disagree with you, Mr. Vicmar, was a
Okay, he did.
Other than that one time, he has tirelessly worked on the case, and he solved it. We have a confession, a murder weapon. He apprehended a revolutionary brigade who stayed hidden for 50 years, ever since the revolution, who's probably committed other murders over those years. A colossal stick insect. It was on the island, camouflaged as the reeds.
He takes out the photo of the phasmid and shows it. You hear gasps beneath the howling.
As you can see, it's about 3 meters tall. In fact, we think it may be the largest land invertebrate ever discovered.
Fucking hell is that? Is this somehow connected to the case?
Detective? The old man was not aware of the phasmid's presence, exhibiting a strange, atypical...
So it...
I must say, this is absolutely extraordinary. It's...
Yes. It really does make it hard to fire the drunk.
This is a very, very sad man who has just... Now you make your case. Now is the time. Now or never.
Lilianovich. A revolutionary matron. The custom started in... This man's mother was Lily. His Lilian's son, Lilianovich. The custom was over...
So, it is what a soldier of the ICM...
Thank you, Trant. Thank you for that piece of cultural theory. You said...
Of course, excuse me, I just thought it was noteworthy.
Jealousy. I thought this...
A strange psychosexual fixation, aggravated possibly by proximity to the phasmid and its chemicals. Also, we have ballistics from the gun, matching the bullet found in the dead mercenary's head, and 2 officers on the scene that Mr. Dross confessed to.
It's a clean...
It's way more than that.
Masterpiece. Get over yourself.
God damn it. It is bad. Chin up. Keep focusing on the positives here.
This is a conversation for when we are no longer out in the open. In Martinez, wherever our tenant Gark.
Understood.
But a case against every...
I would prefer not to partake in anything union-related, for political neutrality.
Yes, yes. Fallen through again.
The body was transported to Precinct 41.
You're not the only cop in the world, Harry.
Still, good work with the missing person.
It's still a point for you. No denying it.
I don't know what a doomed commercial area is. No, it didn't. It didn't turn out to be anthropomorphical again.
It doesn't look like the lieutenant wishes you cut it out, is indeed what he is thinking.
Who's Kuno?
You don't.
You're right, Lieutenant. I don't. You snorted the drugs.
Female?
You had to see it. It had the subdued color.
Incredible.
Not as far as I could see. There were other things there, though.
Actually, you know, this would indicate it was a male. This is far from anything in my field, but I think such nests are... Of course, as I said, I'm only guessing. I didn't see it. It must be robust if it can move a whole helmet with its limbs.
Yes, but also read color.
Incredible. The PR value of this is...
This would really help with some of the...
Absolutely, this is great. This does not say vigilante murderers to me at all. This says science.
Without it.
You're doing good here. Perhaps quit while you're ahead? Or no?
I don't want to, but you discovered a new species. So I have.
Honestly, anything that ends this trial...
Agreed. The public relations potential of this...
Okay. We have vehicles in the square, and the perpetrator...
Now you will finally get to know who you are. The man looks west, jingling his car keys in his pocket.
Who is Lena?
Tabernacle? It's on the way over. Near where you live.
Fine. If we could...
She and her husband were conducting the search for the... They should know as soon as possible. It would do you...
She is going to... Oh,
well, obviously.
Before you were a cop, you were a gym teacher in Coron. It's getting really cold outside. Should we maybe... You haven't told us about that. You just...
Harry, it explains everything. The running around, the jumping, some of your more... old-school social views. How...
Also, this... God, even this javelin throwing...
Of course.
He's been on about Mike again. I hate that guy. Oh, you don't say.
It is getting cold out.
The regular. You found some chick. She inspired you to...
You, every morning, walking from Voyager Road to teach gym.
I knew it.
It's not a mystery. Some chick
You really went with it too.
Dora something. Dora England.
Not Dora Dubois.
No one is married anymore. This is Revachol. God.
6 years and...
Yeah. Incredibly bangable. Extremely fuckable, Harry.
Heartbreak, welcome. Pain.
I've only seen a picture, but it's obvious you formed a real spirit.
Look, the sun is going down. It's time to go home.
I think she taught in the Académie des Arts, east of the river. Way east. Hard to say which came first. My point is, you need to see a psychiatrist. Us? With the bloody murders.
That's not true. Jamrock is too big for one precinct.
Thank you, Lieutenant. You're being kind. It is an understaffed state.
Get back to it. We left Torsen and McLean to run the sea wing. It's not good.
So he remembers that. Yes.
Shooting up churches never is.
Our enemies were hiding in a church, to the best of our...
He means it. The RC, your clearance will not go up while you're with...
Okay. It's not the bloody murder.
Jamrock is the largest ghetto in Rivershoal.
The press will blow over. Jamrock is lucky to have you, and it's often considered to be the greatest.
Thank you again, Lieutenant.
Well, first I will go back to my station and write... Detective, we just stopped a small-scale war. Something is happening to Rivershoal. I don't know what yet, but it's going to be a hard spring.
Distant traffic. A scrap of newspaper. It says, tensions rise in Terminal YC in light of the debut.
Talk to Captain Price? I'd rather not ruffle the feathers of Took. Work with... Price?
Would fit him. I'm crazy enough.
Flattered. You're Lieutenant Kitsuragi.
I would have to tie things up in GRIH first. But, I mean, whatever is coming.
And we also have a huge caseload, Lieutenant.
I do like the sound of that.
Good.
Fuck it, let's go. Trump brought his motor carriage.
Under the evening sky, the great district turns on its lights. A chessboard of wooden houses. You close your eyes and hear the dogs bark. A lone woman sits by a factory window, dreaming of meteorite strikes. Torsen? Yes. McLean? Really? Nick Gottlieb looks up from the list. I hear he's quite unstable. You say that like it's a bad thing. Captain...
Wonderful. Then can we please just go...
creature stands, the segmented reed-like tufts.
It is.
What is it?
Something is very...
What is it?
There is nothing. The skiff is... The skiff is swept.
Are you sure?
The skiff is swaying on the way.
Are you sure? There are things we still need to do here.
A dim golden glow animates the console.
It's on.
Automatic boot. There's a range.
This looks like a good place to...
A sink and an end.
Noted.
The spring trepid. A small... chain trails off into...
Ah, yes. So it seems. For bringing... Ah, from enemies.
The skiff.
Are you sure?
The skiff.
Are you sure? There are things we still need to do here.
Greasy.
The offer still stands.
You face the concrete wall. There's less light there, in the dark corner. Like a dog, the blanket feels... You feel yourself standing up in the darkness, right next to the sleep. Dolores Day, the innocence of humanism, internationalism, and the welfare state turns around. Okay, don't say you need to talk right away, but you don't even want to talk to her. She would only be cold and mean. Let her go. Let her go. This is the holy queen of the territories of Muindi and Insulinda. Think of the historic knowledge we could glean.
No, Harry. No. I don't want a massive, epic showdown. We don't have anything to talk about anymore. Every combination of words it's all gone. I have to go to the aerodrome.
Oh God, whatever you do, don't try to kiss her yet. Not after that. You're still reeling. You'll fall over if you try it now. With your feet trembling from the steps you took, tepid and fearful, you stand against her, her body close to you. She is not kissing you back. Her chest hidden, distant. The moment is ending. She is going to move her face away from yours. Trying hard not to look at you. When she withdrew and you held on to her hand, she tried. Brother, you should put me in front of a firing squad. I have no words for how I...
No, I'm just Dora. Why did you do that to yourself?
She breathes out. She shakes.
No, Harry. I'm pregnant. You know what this means. Of course not. I terminated yours. Now, go ahead. Ask me more questions.
No. More questions. Ask more.
It's not about it's about taking care of yourself. Life is not a competition. I can't do this talk again. No, it's not.
You failed. This failed. The hostile takeover. The Dawn raid. Paper made out.
I don't want it. It looks expensive. That's not what figurines do, Harry.
She looks at the headless.
Harry, I don't want things. Harry, I didn't ask for things. It's too late to give me anything. I would have liked we both.
It was her. I can feel it. I can.
As Queen Regnant, I write a lot of letters. Okay, it was
The light of the video rental shines through her dress now.
It's here, Harry. There. You could not pay the electrical. To call it the first and... Is there really anything? I haven't even...
We all told you. That's the problem.
Great.
What? She. 1,000 times you beat an animal. 1,000 times.
The morning. Yes. It really is better that... Yes.
The tiny golden watch with red...
I have to, Harry.
I was wrong. You don't have power over her anymore.
That was someone else. I won't see you, but... Oh, Harry. This is a dream. Right here. I'm suffocatingly beautiful. Oh, yeah. See you tomorrow.
You're up quick. How was your sleep? We already solved it. You thrashed around, then you bolted up, half covered in blood from your wounds. Are you okay? Okay.
He's still worried. You must have... Creatures that read like the hitch. Be afraid. You smell wrong. Slowly, like hissing the insect. No, the invertebrate comes. The arthropod. Hissing and clicking. The arthropod extend.
Okay.
There is no change in the insect's motion while it's being aimed.
In 3.
The shrill flash of the camera cuts the air. The swift
I got
for all time. The antenna, the sensation, it looks like...
Be careful, detect.
You were right. It glistens with some kind of moisture. It's odorless. Don't say it. A shudder pulses through the... No, you were right. The faintest smell.
Careful.
The let apricot blossoms. White blossoms erupting.
Tell me what is fire? I do not know. No. Thank you. You cannot light. She was held on earth.
As you're turning away, the phasmid mirrors your movements, stepping on the water, the long limbs carrying its feather weight without breaking its surface. And just like that, and
It's gone. Apparently, yeah. Ours, it looks...
What is it?
Mr.
the man with lichen.
is going in
The trip.
between this and the broke old age, and yes,
There's quite a few things about that.
that could...
No response.
Then how did we see? The doctors will have to look at it. It does not... I mean, why not? Like, his pupil,
It's not just
some kind of oxytocin release mechanism? He did... I have absolutely forgotten. We should think about...
the old man's. He's not the last.
If Kuno kicked it...
No, this is
Let's have a closer look.
He
He lost this side.
silent. You've gotten all the blacks of his eyes are receding. The skiff is swaying.
Let's. We are done here.
The skiff rocks gently under your weight as you... But for the sound of conversation on the water, two men, you reach the jetty and climb out of the skiff. The skiff.
Look what the tide brought. Harry, you're bleeding all over the place. You're half dead.
Hello?
I'm your special.
Hi.
We've come to scrape.
Lieutenant, we might...
As if he recalled.
But this is clearly a departmental matter. So I'm going to leave you.
It's good to meet you, Lieutenant.
Letting the lieutenant know he shouldn't fit.
Ari, we want to help.
This is the horse for...
My bag.
No transits.
What does he have to say for himself? He left you to catch the bullets.
God damn it, Harry. You told us to fuck off. You said we're cramping your style.
It wasn't like that.
Fuck you, Harry. We didn't know there was gonna be a tribunal, did we? Here we go. Alcoholic delirium. Visions. All must pay. Duped? Hey, here's a brilliant idea.
Yes, I'm still looking...
Still caught up in this crossfire, too.
Yeah, refresh. Oh, fuck you. You're part of this Oh, there are other people that do.
The 41st isn't...
Yeah, me.
He's here to see if you're insane. He's the strange. I don't know. It had the cafeteria strange. I don't know. Guilt, and it was. Good, did you? Or did you literally not recognize my face? We've been partners for how long, Harry? Don't answer that. You don't remember.
Judging by the familiar, he's right. Don't start guessing. Now,
The bit.
Well, as this... Yes, not when you...
What?
No, not like that. I'm not talking...
And what is that?
That is what I thought.
Lieutenant?
Detective, yes?
Interesting. So it...
What do you